Hello and welcome back to the English Fluency Teacher. And I am here for another daily dose of real English practice, where every sentence you speak becomes a building block for fluency, confidence, and connection. I'm truly glad you're here. It means you're committed to your growth. It means you're not just learning English, you're living it. And that's where transformation begins. In today's session, we will be practicing daily life English sentences, the kind of phrases you use at home, at work, with friends, or even when talking to yourself. These are simple, natural, and powerful. They help you express your thoughts clearly and confidently in everyday situations. We'll be using one of the most effective speaking techniques, shadowing. If you're new to it, here's how it works. I will say a sentence slowly and clearly, just once. Then I will pause so you can repeat it out loud. You're not just copying, you're training your mouth, your ears, and your brain to speak English naturally. So please listen carefully. Then repeat after me. Let the words flow through you, match the tone, the rhythm, and the feeling. Speak like you mean it. Shadowing may seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It helps you stop translating. It helps you think in English. It helps you sound more fluent, more like yourself. Many learners ask me, how can I speak English without fear? How can I sound more natural? How can I build real fluency? The answer is right here. Speak, repeat, practice, every single day. Even 5 minutes of focused shadowing can change the way you speak. So, wherever you are, whether you're walking, studying, cooking, or relaxing, make this time yours. Forget about grammar rules for now. Forget about being perfect. Just speak. Let your voice grow stronger, one sentence at a time. Are you ready to train your voice with real English from real life? Let's begin. Listen carefully and then repeat out loud after me. I usually wake up around 7 and take a few minutes to stretch before getting out of bed. The first thing I do in the morning is drink a glass of water to refresh myself. After brushing my teeth, I like to wash my face with cold water to feel more awake. I often listen to English podcasts while preparing breakfast in the kitchen. My favourite breakfast is toast with peanut butter and a hot cup of tea. Before leaving the house, I always check my bag to make sure I have everything I need. I try to leave home early so I don't have to rush or worry about being late. Sometimes I forget my keys and have to go back inside to grab them. I take a deep breath before stepping out to start my day with a calm mind. On busy mornings, I skip breakfast and grab something quick on the way. I usually walk to work because it helps me clear my mind and get some exercise. When I'm on the bus, I like to look out the window and watch the city go by. I often listen to English audio lessons while commuting to improve my skills. If the train is crowded, I try to find a quiet corner to stand and relax. I always carry a book or something to read in case I get bored during the ride. Sometimes I run into friends on the way and we chat for a few minutes. I check the weather before leaving so I know whether to bring an umbrella. I try to avoid traffic by leaving a little earlier than usual. When I'm stuck in traffic, I remind myself to stay patient and calm. I enjoy walking through the park on my way home when the weather is nice. When I arrive at work, I greet my colleagues and check my schedule for the day. I usually start by replying to emails and organising my tasks. If I have a meeting, I prepare my notes and make sure I'm ready to contribute. I try to stay focused and avoid distractions while working on important projects. During lunch break, I like to step outside and get some fresh air. I often help my co-workers when they need support or advice. If I make a mistake, I take responsibility and try to fix it quickly. I enjoy learning new things and improving my skills every day. When I feel tired, I take a short break to recharge my energy. Before leaving work, I review my tasks and plan for tomorrow. When I get home, I change into comfortable clothes and relax for a bit. I usually cook dinner around 7 and try to make something healthy. After eating, I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. I like to spend time with my family and talk about our day. Sometimes I watch a movie or a TV show to unwind. I try to limit my screen time and read a book before bed. If I have extra time, I practice English or work on a personal project. I enjoy listening to calming music while cleaning or organizing my room. Before going to sleep, I write down a few things I'm grateful for. I set my alarm and make sure everything is ready for the next day. I usually make a shopping list before going to the store, so I don't forget anything. When I'm at the supermarket, I try to stick to my budget and avoid impulse buys. If I can't find something, I ask a store employee for help. I prefer using reusable bags to reduce plastic waste. Sometimes I compare prices to find the best deal. I like to shop early in the day when the store is less crowded. If I forget something, I write it down and get it next time. I try to support local businesses whenever I can. After shopping, I organise everything neatly in the kitchen. I usually call my parents once a week to check in and say hello. When I meet friends, we often go out for coffee and catch up. I enjoy having deep conversations about life and personal growth. If I'm feeling down, I talk to someone I trust to feel better. I try to be a good listener and give people my full attention. When I send messages, I make sure to be polite and clear. I like to send voice notes because they feel more personal. If I miss a call, I return it as soon as I can. I enjoy meeting new people and learning about their cultures. I always say thank you and express appreciation when someone helps me. I try to drink enough water throughout the day to stay hydrated. I usually go for a walk in the evening to relax and clear my mind. When I feel stressed, I take a few deep breaths and slow down. I try to eat balanced meals with vegetables, protein, and grains. I avoid too much caffeine and try to sleep early. I listen to my body and rest when I feel tired. I take care of my mental health by journaling and practicing gratitude. I try to stay positive and focus on what I can control. I remind myself that progress takes time and every small step matters. I set small goals for myself and celebrate when I achieve them. I try to learn something new every day, even if it's just one word. When I don't understand something, I ask questions and seek help. I enjoy watching educational videos and taking notes. I practice English by reading aloud and repeating sentences. I challenge myself to speak without translating from my native language. I learn from my mistakes and use them to improve. I stay curious and open-minded about different ideas and perspectives. I believe that consistency is more important than perfection. I remind myself that every effort I make brings me closer to fluency. Sometimes I feel nervous when speaking English, but I keep trying. I get frustrated when I forget words, but I know it's part of the process. I feel proud of myself when I speak clearly and confidently. I remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes while learning. I feel more motivated when I see progress in my speaking skills. I try to stay calm and patient when things don't go as planned. I feel happy when I understand native speakers in real conversations. I sometimes feel shy, but I push myself to speak anyway. I feel more confident when I practice regularly and stay consistent. I remind myself that every learner goes through ups and downs. I love exploring new places and learning about different cultures. Before traveling, I always check my documents and pack carefully. I try to learn a few basic phrases in the local language. I enjoy trying new foods and meeting local people. I take lots of photos to remember the experience. I always carry a small notebook to write down interesting things. I try to stay flexible and open to unexpected adventures. I enjoy walking through local markets and discovering unique items. I ask for directions politely when I'm not sure where to go. I love the feeling of being in a new environment and seeing the world differently. I always double-check my schedule to avoid missing appointments. I try to keep my room clean and organized to feel more focused. I enjoy cooking new recipes and experimenting with flavors. I take time to reflect on my day and learn from my experiences. I try to be kind to others, even in small ways. I enjoy spending quiet time alone to recharge. I make a to-do list every morning to stay productive. I try to avoid multitasking and focus on one thing at a time. I enjoy watching the sunset and feeling grateful for the day. I try to be mindful and present in whatever I'm doing. I always double-check my calendar before making new plans to avoid conflicts. I enjoy organizing my workspace because it helps me stay focused and productive. I try to keep my phone on silent during important tasks so I don't get distracted. I usually take a short walk after lunch to refresh my mind and body. I keep a small notebook with me to jot down ideas whenever they come. I try to respond to messages promptly so people know I value their time. I enjoy watching documentaries that teach me something new about the world. I often set reminders on my phone to stay on track with my goals. I make time every week to clean and reset my living space. I personally prefer quiet cafes over crowded restaurants when meeting friends. I think reading fiction is a great way to improve imagination and vocabulary. I enjoy working in the morning because my mind feels fresh and focused. I believe that kindness and patience go a long way in daily life. I usually choose comfort over fashion when picking clothes for the day. I find that journaling helps me process my thoughts and emotions. I prefer walking to short destinations instead of driving whenever possible. I think learning a new language opens doors to new cultures and friendships. I enjoy spending weekends doing simple things like cooking and relaxing. I believe that small habits shape the quality of our lives over time. I remind myself every day that progress is more important than perfection. I try to stay focused on what I can control and let go of what I can't. I believe that consistency is the key to mastering any skill, including English. I celebrate small wins because they keep me motivated and moving forward. I try to surround myself with Punsel. I believe that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. I practice gratitude daily to stay grounded and positive. I remind myself that confidence comes from action, not just thinking. I believe that speaking English daily, even just a little, builds real fluency. I trust that my effort today will create a better tomorrow. I speak English out loud every day, even when I'm alone, to build confidence. I repeat useful phrases until they feel natural and automatic in conversation. I listen carefully to native speakers and try to copy their tone and rhythm. I practice shadowing because it helps me sound more fluent and expressive. I use videos like this one to train my voice and improve my speaking skills. I believe that fluency is built through daily practice, not overnight success. I enjoy learning English because it connects me to people around the world. I feel proud every time I speak clearly and express myself in English. I know that every sentence I repeat brings me closer to my goal. I'm becoming a confident English speaker, one sentence at a time. Well done, my amazing learners. You showed up, you spoke out loud, you practiced real English, and that's how fluency is built. One sentence, one repetition, one brave moment at a time. Remember, every time you shadow, you're not just learning words, you're training your voice, you're building confidence, you're becoming the kind of speaker who doesn't hesitate, who speaks with clarity and ease. Even if it felt challenging today, that's okay. That means you're growing. That means your brain is learning something new. And that's exactly what we want. So keep going, make shadowing part of your daily routine. Speak while walking, while cooking, while relaxing, anytime you can. Let English become part of your life, not just something you study. And most importantly, be proud of yourself. You're doing something powerful. You're investing in your future. You're becoming the confident English speaker you were meant to be. I'll be right here, cheering you on every step of the way. So until next time, keep practicing, keep believing, and keep speaking. You've got this. See you in the next episode.